In every conversation, someone sets the rules, and if it's not you, you've already lost. This is frame control, and most men never learn it. Every single day, you're in invisible power battles. Someone challenges your opinion, tests your boundaries, questions your worth, and how you respond in those moments doesn't just determine the conversation, it determines how people see you, respect you, and whether they'll ever try to walk over you again. The strongest men never seem to argue, they never defend, they never react. Yet somehow they always win. Why? Because they understand something most people never discover. Frame control. Mastering frame control is the difference between being the man everyone respects and the man everyone tests. It's the invisible force that separates leaders from followers, alphas from betas, winners from victims. Welcome to Prime Theory, where we decode the psychology others won't tell you. Today, I'm breaking down frame control, the most powerful social skill you can master. By the end of this video, you'll see every conversation differently. You'll recognize when someone's trying to control you, and more importantly, you'll know exactly how to maintain your frame and dominate any interaction. This isn't manipulation, this is power. Let's get into it. Here's what most people don't understand. Reality isn't objective, it's negotiated. Every interaction between two people is a negotiation about whose interpretation of reality will dominate. This is the frame. Think of it like a picture frame. The frame determines what you focus on, what matters, and how you interpret everything inside it. In social interactions, the frame is the set of assumptions, beliefs, and rules that govern how the conversation unfolds. And here's the key. In every interaction, someone's frame wins. Someone sets the tone. Someone controls the meaning. Someone decides what's acceptable and what's not. Example, your boss criticizes your work in front of everyone. Their frame, you messed up. You need to defend yourself. I have power over you. Weak response, you accept their frame. You get defensive. You apologize. You explain. You've just submitted to their reality. Strong response, you reject their frame and impose yours. I appreciate the feedback. Let's schedule a time to discuss this properly. You've just reframed the situation from public humiliation to professional discussion. You controlled the frame. Frame control isn't about what you say, it's about the underlying reality you're operating from. Are you the one being tested, or are you the one setting standards? Are you seeking approval, or are you giving it? Are you defending your position, or are you secure enough that defense isn't necessary? The man who controls the frame controls the interaction, period. Frame control works because of how human psychology is wired. We're hierarchical creatures. From the moment we enter a room, our brains are subconsciously assessing who has status here, who's dominant, who do I need to defer to. Research from evolutionary psychology shows that social hierarchies exist in all primate societies, including humans, and the individuals at the top don't maintain dominance through constant aggression. They maintain it through frame control. They're calm, they're unreactive. They don't need to prove anything. Their mere presence communicates, I'm secure in my position, test me if you want, I won't flinch. Dr. Robert Cialdini's research on influence shows that people subconsciously follow whoever demonstrates the most certainty, not the loudest person, not the most aggressive, the most certain. When you hold your frame, when you remain unshaken by challenges, tests, or provocations, you communicate certainty and people instinctively defer to that. Think about lawyers in a courtroom, the best ones never get rattled. Opposing counsel attacks their argument, they don't react, they maintain their frame. Your attack is irrelevant. The facts support my case. Juries notice who's unshakable. That person wins. Frame control is psychological dominance without aggression. It's power through certainty, not force. Alright, let's get tactical. Here are the 5 most powerful frame control techniques you need to master. Technique number 1, the unshakable frame. Never break first. The fundamental rule, whoever reacts first, loses. When someone tests you, insults you, challenges you, tries to provoke a reaction, they're attempting to pull you into their frame. A frame where you're defensive, where you need to prove yourself. The counter, don't engage on their terms. Stay calm, pause, smile if you want, then respond from your frame. Example, someone says, you're not qualified for this promotion. Weak response, yes I am, look at my results. You've accepted their frame, you're now defending yourself. Strong response, interesting perspective, then move on. You've rejected their frame entirely, their opinion doesn't even warrant a defense. Whoever reacts first, loses. Technique number 2, Reframe attacks as compliments. This is psychological judo. Take what's meant to hurt you and reinterpret it as validation. Example, you're too confident. Weak response, no I'm not. Defensive, you've accepted their frame. Strong response, I appreciate that. Confidence is essential in this role. You've reframed their attack as recognition of your strength. You're not arguing. You're operating from a reality where what they said is actually a good thing, and if you believe it, they start to question their own frame. Technique number 3. Agree and amplify. Make them look ridiculous. When someone tries to frame you negatively, agree with them, then amplify it to absurdity. This exposes how ridiculous their frame is. Example, you're so cheap. Weak response, I'm not cheap. Defensive. Strong response, absolutely. I'm so cheap I reuse dental floss. It's a problem. You've made their frame so ridiculous that it collapses. By amplifying, you show that their attack doesn't land. You're so secure that you can joke about it. That's ultimate frame control. Technique number 4. Go meta. Call out the game. Going meta means stepping outside the interaction and commenting on what's happening. This is nuclear-level frame control because it exposes covert power plays. Example, someone uses sarcasm to subtly insult you in a group setting. Weak response. Ignore it or respond with your own sarcasm. You're playing their game. Strong response. That sounded like a dig. If you have an issue, let's address it directly. You've exposed their covert aggression. Now they look weak. Going meta forces accountability. Manipulators rely on plausible deniability. When you call it out, they lose their cover. Technique number 5. Control through questions. The person asking questions controls the frame. Why? Because questions determine what gets discussed, what's important, and who's in the position of authority. Example, someone asks, why haven't you finished that project yet? Weak response, you explain and justify. You've accepted their frame. You owe them an explanation. Strong response, what's your concern? You flip the frame. Now they have to explain themselves. Questions shift power. Use them strategically. Here's what most men miss. Frame battles aren't always obvious. Often they're subtle. Someone's testing you to see if you'll hold your ground or submit. Common frame tests. Test number 1. Disrespect disguised as jokes. Haha, nice shirt. Did you lose a bet? They're testing if you'll laugh it off, weak, or hold your ground. Strong response. Calm. Direct eye contact. What's your actual point? You're refusing to play along with their covert aggression. Test number 2. Interruptions. Mid-sentence they cut you off. They're testing if they can dominate conversational space. Strong response. Don't stop talking. Keep going as if they didn't speak. You've just demonstrated that your words have more weight than theirs. Test. Number 3. Boundary violations. They touch your stuff without asking. Make plans without consulting you. Show up late repeatedly. These aren't accidents. They're tests. Will you enforce boundaries or let me disrespect you? Strong response. Immediate enforcement. Next time, ask first. No explanation, no anger, just a clear boundary. Test number 4. Backhanded compliments. You're smarter than you look. That's impressive for someone your age. They're trying to frame you as less than while seeming nice. Strong response. Thanks. And move on. Don't validate the hidden insult by addressing it. Your unbothered reaction shows it didn't land. Let's apply this to real life. Frame control looks different depending on context. Frame control at work. At work, frame control is about positioning yourself as valuable, not desperate. When negotiating a raise, the weak frame is, please give me more money, I need it. The strong frame is, based on my results, here's what I'm worth. Let's discuss alignment. See the difference? One is asking permission. The other is stating reality. Guess who gets the raise? Frame control in dating. In dating, the weak frame is seeking validation. Do you like me? Am I good enough? The strong frame is evaluating fit. Are we compatible? Do our values align? When you approach dating from a frame of abundance, I'm the prize. Are you worthy of my time? Your entire vibe changes. You're no longer chasing, you're selecting. That's attractive. Frame control in social settings. In groups, Frame control is about setting the tone. When someone tries to belittle you in front of others, they're trying to establish social dominance. Weak response, get defensive publicly. Strong response, calm, confident dismissal. That's adorable. Then move the conversation forward. You've just shown the group that their attack didn't even register. Here's the truth about frame control. Most men spend their entire lives reacting. Someone challenges them, they defend. Someone disrespects them, they argue. Someone tests them, they prove themselves. But the man who masters frame control, he doesn't need to do any of that. Because he operates from a frame so strong, so certain, that challenges don't shake him. Tests don't bother him. Disrespect doesn't land. He's untouchable. Not because he's aggressive, but because he's unshakable. Master these principles. Never break first, reframe attacks as compliments. Agree and amplify to absurdity. Go meta and expose the game control through questions, recognize and pass tests. When you do, you won't need to dominate people. Your presence will do it for you. This is Prime Theory. We give you the psychology that creates power, respect, and success. Next, watch The Dark Triad Explained: Why Dangerous Men Win and How to Protect Yourself. This is the psychological framework that explains narcissists, Machiavellians, and psychopaths, and how to defend against them. Click now. Subscribe to Prime Theory. Every week we decode the hidden rules of power, influence, and social mastery. Control the frame. Control your life. I'll see you in the next one.